All right, we are back. This is still Crossfire with Dakpo Anishioma. We definitely were going through a couple of stories making headlines. And then in this section, we have a gentleman who has joined us in the studio. And we definitely will be looking at some challenges, or all the challenges as it were, depending on the time that we have left on the show, that are facing business growth in Nigeria. Why don't business just grow? Why do they start and then crumble? Or why don't business just stay, alive in Nigeria and all of that? We have this gentleman who is a business analyst, and we will definitely be chatting him up on why all of these problems are characterized with starting up of businesses in Nigeria. His name is Tunji Andrews, and you are welcome to Crossfire. Good morning.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
All right. I understand the position of, not all of us are called to be entrepreneurs, but definitely a nation that is going to thrive when it comes to business and economy. You have a lot of entrepreneurial, set of people who are setting up businesses, either private, especially, engaging in the private sector. And I also understand that we don't have so many of them around in Nigeria today. A lot of beautiful ideas end up, like dream seeds. It just never see the light of the day. Why do you think businesses doesn't thrive in this part of the world, especially talking about Nigeria?
First of all, businesses tend to falter in any part of the world. Studies say that of every 10 businesses that start anywhere in the world, it takes only about one of those 10 businesses survive the next 5 years. So it's a general challenge across the world. But in Nigeria, it's more of a peculiar case because we do not have the support structures to be able to help businesses grow. Now, of every entrepreneur, every successful entrepreneur, the product to which you know him for will probably be his 6th, 7th, or even his 8th trial, because he would have tried and failed, And usually it's not because what he's trying to do is not a very good business. It's probably just him coming at the wrong time, or the business, he doesn't just have the business acumen or doesn't have the network to be able to make the business. Because doing business in sub-Saharan Africa is not textbook economics. I mean, you need skill, obviously. You need a fast wit. But most importantly, you need access.
If you're raw materials,
access
to people, access to finance. Most importantly, access to people. You need to know the right people everywhere. I'm not talking about illegalities now. I'm talking about the fact that you need to, probably you're going to a regulated industry. So you need access to someone who can advise you on what your papers should be. You need access to the kind of person that can take you in hand and say, okay,
can get this material, your raw materials.
Exactly. Yeah. So you need a lot of access. You need access to, if you're going into agriculture, you need access to the owners of the land. You need access to trade routes. You need access to people outside. So I think the biggest thing in Africa is access. The more access you have, the more likely you are to succeed. If you take away all...
Let me quickly interject here. I mean, you seems to be saying some things that are bouncing back. I have always believed that access to capital, to finance, is a major problem of businesses, starting up in Nigeria or succeeding in Nigeria. But I mean, talking about, network, access, and all of that. On a scale of priority, what exactly is your what is the major factor that you think affects, business in Nigeria especially?
I'll tell you, access. It's access,
you still stick
access
to that?
people.
Okay.
I'll tell you why. I've seen a lot of businesses get access to capital in my time. Okay. I've seen too many get access to capital. There are a few banks which, if you go to with the right business plan, they will give you money. I mean, it's across the nation. Once you think it through properly, and you have someone like me who's a sweet talker, they'll get you the money. But I've seen those businesses also go down. Because one, they probably do not have access to the right people in the regulatory commissions. They do not have access to the right kinds of clients. Because whatever business you have, you're going to sell it, right?
True.
Yeah.
True.
And if you can't sell it, then the business is not going to survive, which is the whole purpose why you're in business in the first place. So it's access. It's access to people. If Aliko Dangote were to lose all his money today, every single kobo he has today, give him roughly about another 5 years. He'll probably be one of the richest people in Africa, if not the richest again. Why? Because he has access to all the people that makes things work.
But what gives you this access? How do you? Okay, I mean,
that's the problem.
Exactly. What do you need to have to get access?
Name.
That's the easiest.
Oh, okay, but then for our viewers,
for people like me, whose father comes from one no place part of Nigeria, it's consistency at what you do.
okay,
You have to be persistent and let people it's critical that people can tag you to something.
very true.
It's critical because what happens with a lot of our young people today is that they are doing a lot of things. You see a lot of jack of all trades, masters of none, and they feel being specialists at something is so old school. I mean, that's what our fathers used to do. I have many skills. I could do this. I could do this.
Very versatile. I mean,
yeah, I'm very versatile. But that is actually a disadvantage. It's a disadvantage.
But no, sorry.
being versatile
I
in
don't
your
know.
world becomes a disadvantage.
No, being perceived as multi-skilled
Talented or more
without
see
having
businesses-
a focus.
No. Understand. Now, when you're starting out a business, you're usually your driver, your secretary, your accountant. Now, you should be able to do all those things, but you should have a core skill which you continue to hone every single day. And let it be that core skill.
And then which people can know you for?
So, for instance, in my house, when the bulbs go off, I fix the bulbs myself. That's not
why.
But no. What I mean, what I mean is that no. Get what I'm saying. I do that, right?
Okay.
But that doesn't make me a bulb repairer.
An electrician.
Exactly. I don't put myself out there as an electrician. You understand? There's so many things I do, and most people will never know. Part being, I'm an amateur poet.
Oh, okay.
I do spoken word.
Okay.
But I mean, if I didn't say that, you would never know. Because it's not what I put out there. And you see, that's what our young people do. Yes, I just said that with thinking in my mind that
like you earlier said, you're a sweet talker. I'm taking you completely away from that comfort zone. I mean, Nigerians are watching and they want to know. I mean, you said access. I am still totally against your standpoint.
I'm still disagreeing also.
There are loads of factors. If you call a typical Nigerian, I was why did your business fail? He's going to tell you electricity made it fail.
Security.
Let me tell you something, Tunji. I started an ice cream parlor, some time ago where you buy ice cream and some popcorn, and at the start of the business everything was just going smooth, and I felt I'm going to just resign my job and face this business squarely. Just about 2 weeks down the line, I went and chartered ice cream inside a deep freezer, and over the night, everything, went flat.
Because
do you want me to show you how? Do you want me to show you how access could have helped you?
Okay. What could access?
Where was this business? Where was this business situated?
Somewhere in the corridor, very close to where I live.
Good. Now, imagine if you had access to the MDs of all the banks around there and all the institutions around there, and you could tell them that, okay, you don't need to come here, we'll deliver the ice cream to your offices.
Well, it's a neighborhood. People were coming to buy it.
We started.
People were coming to buy it.
Let's not forget the fact that then we have people watching us also who do not have this access. The average market woman who is selling tomato or who is looking forward to having a processing, a manufacturing company.
Wait, access is on different levels.
Not everybody can have access to this.
Access is on different levels. The market woman would need access to the market, the decision makers in the market. She needs to be put in a strategic position in the market. Markets, I don't know if you've ever had to bid for getting a place in the market. where you actually put your store determines how much money you make.
Well, true.
Because there's some
not
trade routes.
completely true.
It's more or less, because there are some places people pass a lot where you have more patronage than if you placed in some other places. Now, it's access that gets you to those places. Now, you talked about the people that can't get to it. Now, I'm also a mentor on the Lumelu Foundation, Entrepreneurial Foundation, and there are about 500 of us.
So it's so very easy for you because you have a net worth that is probably very commensurate to your network. I mean, having to belong to the Tony Elumelu of this world and all of that. Somebody like me, I don't know Tony Elumelu. I don't have access to him. I don't belong to his foundation.
Two things.
I don't belong to his foundation.
I do not know him either. I am just a mentor on his platform. I was approached by his people. Come and be a mentor, and there are thousands of mentees under the platform who come and we give them advice on a day-to-day basis. I've never met these guys.
Okay.
We work via the platform, so they send emails. I'm having this. I need to get across to this. So I'm like, okay. I'm thinking to myself, if you need capital, for instance, one of them needs capital to expand his business. Fantastic business, young guy doing great in the social media space, and he wants to go digital. And he's thinking, I want to expand. And I'm thinking, okay, I know people that can get you capital. Now, he has access to me. I have access to those guys. So I'm linking him up with those people. And those guys feel, oh, he has a fantastic idea. Let's meet. Okay. That is access. I've gotten him across to money.
Now you're saying all of this access. I mean, you still talk about access. Access is going to solve my electricity problem. Access is going to take care of my security. Access is going to take care of all the wrong government policies that have been put in place that does not favor business in Nigeria. Access is going to, take care of my transportation challenges. I mean, access.
No, if you ask me. Ishoma, please, can you list some of the problems that you see are affecting businesses in Nigeria? I made a list of my own here, and I will tell you poor standards and quality of Nigerian products. It's a perceived mentality. For example, I walk into a store and I see, I'm looking through the shelf of products and I see made in Nigeria and I see made in the UK. Come on, this is where we Nigerians, I'm very sure the average Nigerian do this.
You do use
Dangote. I will switch.
Do you use Dangote sugar?
Do you want me to say that on air? I don't want to say that on air.
Okay, maybe you don't. Maybe you can't say that on air.
I can't say that on air.
But I'm saying
the average Nigerian will go for a product that is made outside the country. Why? Because they believe, Standard Organization of Nigeria, they're probably not meeting up to the standards, requisite standards. These, for me, I believe, are some of the challenges. So, but I think these are the issues. Access doesn't fit.
I agree with you. You see, those are textbook issues.
No, those are not textbook. Those are reality issues.
No, see.
I address what I've told you.
Those are
excuses
issues
you have to explain the factors that you've not been able to overcome. I have seen young guys with briefcases who are controlling businesses that are worth billions in the same Nigeria.
Because they have access.
Because despite all these issues we're talking about, now the access they have gives them a leverage over those things. Now, what the
children of the poor people in Nigeria don't have such access.
Are you saying
wait? First of all,
go and check the profile of those young men. One way or the other, they are linked.
I'm sure there's no past governor or president who bears Andrews, right? So you know that definitely my father is not one of the big shots.
Well, you never can tell.
Yeah, but Mr. Andrew may actually know somebody, a former colleague where he worked.
I can Google up.
I mean, somebody.
Try.
I can.
No, you see, the thing is, what I saw from a very critical and a very young age was I was part of the era that were reading all these books, the motivational books, and I realized quickly.
So, I'm not talking about.
No. I realized
electricity
quickly.
is not a book thing.
Understand what I'm saying.
Security is not a book thing.
Understand what I'm saying. I realized quickly that their problems are completely different from Nigerian problems.
Okay.
So we have to find what solves Nigerian problems.
So what solves
Nigerian problems? And like a lot of people, I thought capital was it. I thought it was capital. Once we get capital, we're sorted out. So I focused the first part of my career in focusing on getting capital to businesses, and that was all I was doing, just mitigating the difference between. So I know all sorts of funders. I know asset equity funders. I know bank funders. I know venture capitalists. I know angel investors. So that was what I was focused on, and I still saw these businesses were failing.
Okay.
So it wasn't capital. I mean, it can't be capital.
And I don't think
so
it can be access
we
alone.
thought it was, okay, then we went into it must be the environment, it must be NEPA, it must be power,
Must be
right?
transportation.
So we
Valuing of
started
the
thinking
naira
about the fact that,
also.
okay, I started connecting with people who are creating renewable energy. And I have a lot of them now. There's people doing solar, there's people doing wind, there's people doing all sorts
But
of
it's
renewable energy.
expensive,
It's
don't you think?
No, on the long run, it's actually cheaper.
But then having the capital to get that.
Well, we were able to structure finance for it because, this thing it's a process by process thing with me. Now, we saw it wasn't even electricity because if you don't have the right business model, the business will not succeed, irrespective of whatever you have, 24 hours. We got to the next phase. We realized that every business has one critical problem. It must sell. It must sell. If it doesn't sell, it will not succeed. Whether you have the best business plan in the world, if it doesn't sell, it will not succeed.
Okay, so
how do we make it sell? What must make a business sell is the perception in the mind of the buyer that I actually need to use that thing.
Okay.
Now, how do we create that perception is what I started to think about. Is it branding? We started to think about branding. It was not branding. It was the fact that we were able to get it across to some sort of people who, and Nigeria, we like image is everything.
Exactly.
So if I see the big person using something, I feel it is good, so I want to use it. So, it's about us getting to that platform where we can, so I don't want to use the word manipulate, but be able to understand the mindset of the buyer.
Yeah, but marketing is manipulation.
Understand the mindset of the buyer to be able to get to that point where we can, position our products in such a way that the buyer will want to buy it. And now, one of the things access to people who have succeeded in business does for you is that they're able to tell you how it was done. Someone like, I don't want to call names anymore, but someone who's succeeded and had several successes in business can easily tell you, the Yoruba say something about what a child stands on the tree to see, what an elder that is sitting down will see it. Because he's failed many times. He's failed over and over. So he's able to tell you, that business you're going to do, don't even start it. And you're saying, no, sir, look at my business plan. Can you not see?
It's so
robust.
Yes.
All I need is finance, and capital is telling you this business will not work. And that is really what we need. So if our younger people can leverage on experience, you see, that is the problem we have in this country. A lot of us young people feel we're the digital age. We don't need the experience. We can do it up. Exactly, we can Google it up. The experience these people give to you is invaluable. 5 minutes could change your business forever.
All right, 5 minutes could change your business forever. TG is strongly, opinionated when it comes to, very strongly opinionated, talking about access as your major key factor to making your business succeed. We definitely will be bringing TG Andrews back on the show to help throw more light on this access thing. It changed and it blew my mind. It changed my mentality, because I keep thinking, you need just more than access. Anyway, it's nice having you on the show. The time was so short.
And be ready to link us up with all your access.
Thanks to everyone who have been a part of our show today. We'll be back tomorrow for another very interesting episode. And do stay out of trouble.
Say no to violence and do not drink and drive.